Hey guys, Scott Short here at Empire Home Loan Corporation. My NMLS number is 225-998. My California DRE number is 0107-4493. A lot of numbers, but he said less numbers. Go ahead.
All right. Good morning. My name is Scott Rogalski, NorCal SBDC, Small Business Development Centers, and we like to hang out with Scott Short from time to time.
There you go. I appreciate it. So Scott and I did a lot of videos in 2020 because the market was woo, it was interesting, right?
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But they had so much stuff going on with the PPP and the EIDLs and all that stuff, helping people out. So now we're 3 years later, and what's happened? So PPP's been out, EIDL's been out. What's happened to those loans right now? Is those loans still out there? They due, payable? What are you seeing with your?
Yeah. So the PPP is pretty much all gone, all paid back, and then the EIDL loan, the Economic Injury Disaster Loan from SBA. A lot of that was deferred as far as payments, but those are 30 years at 3.75%. So great rates.
Cool.
And a lot of business owners that took advantage of that, they were able to use it for expansion, operations, stuff like that. And a lot of business owners still have that money in their bank account, like sitting pretty flush, and they're trying to figure out what to do with it. Do they just pay it all back? Do they use it for expansion? And the people that are getting ready to pay it back, it's the if they have questions from SBA on how to manage that and how to like who to pay and how to send it in, then they can reach out to go to SBA.gov and figure it out. And there's people there that can help them with that.
Cool.
But
now your local office here, we're sitting in this local office over up by Costco. Costco Trivet Road, so we're close, not that close.
Yeah.
But so here, do you bring people in here to consult them, or how's that consultation work?
Yeah, so SBDC, Small Business Development Centers, we're funded by SBA, Small Business Administration. In the state of California, we're also funded by the Governor's Office of Economic Development. And because of this funding, essentially your tax dollars at work, we come and work with small business owners, whether you're looking to start a business or grow a business, sell a business, or expand a business. We're here to help you at no cost.
Cool.
So our local center is here
at
1792 Tribute Road. And
we have on the fourth floor.
We have advisors. The real office is 455. That's where you can come at Sacramento SBDC. And you could, if you're looking to find help to pay back your EIDL, or if you're looking to like find local community, whether it be tax incentives or state or local city county loans or grants, we're here to help you kind of put your financials together to access that capital.
Cool. So last time we talked about this, where people were kind of going in 2020, going, "Oh my God, what am I going to do?" We're talking maybe pivoting. So you still have people help you. How's that work with you guys for pivoting?
Yeah. So in 2020, a lot of business owners either went out of business or they tried to pivot, whether they had a retail store and nobody was coming in and they wanted to sell online, or they owned a business for 50 years and they're just tired.
Yeah.
They just want to sell it or give it to their children or really just walk away and close it. A lot of business owners don't know that they have options, that they can, if their children don't want to take it over, they don't have children, that they could do. What's really common right now is a lot of businesses are selling the business to their employees and doing like something that's called an ESOP, ESOP, employee ownership of a company. So it's kind of an easier transition for a business to do that, to sell it to a bunch of different people instead of just trying to sell it to one person who may or may not care about the business or know about the business.
Right.
Yeah. But if you're a small business owner and you're looking to sell online, take your retail shop to sell online because nobody's coming in or traffic is a lot slower. We have a 6-week cohort that we call California Shop Small, and we help you take pictures of your products, whether you're selling like jam or jewelry and you want to sell it online. We help you figure out how to take those pictures, how to sell it, how to market it, and then we help you launch on a 6-month no-cost platform, very similar to Shopify, but a little bit more simplistic to use.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool because here's what I see a lot. I'm talking my daughter's 18 or almost 18. Who cares? Close enough. But her friends are now graduating from high school and they're going to like city college, trying to learn about how to be entrepreneurs. But you go to college, normally that's going to be corporate stuff. You're doing corporate stuff. But they're going, no, I'm just a small business owner, right? I want to do my own thing. So I know Sac City has a plan for that. But it seems like you guys would be a good merger to kind of have you guys work together in reference to what you're doing with helping people and them helping. But there's been a problem that, if you're going to school learning about corporate stuff, you don't care about corporate stuff at this point because you're a small business. So that's kind of your focus right now. Small business, little guys, are growing, or what do you guys say?
Yeah. So if you're going to college and trying to learn entrepreneurship, it's obviously really hard to teach entrepreneurship. You kind of just have to go out there and experience it and figure it out on yourself. But in the curriculum that they teach in college, it might be a little too not as, I guess, robust as experiencing it by yourself. It's curriculum, so it's probably really boring. But
it's big stuff. We're talking about I'm gonna work for for Amazon, be their accountant or whatever, be their tax. I mean, it's like, no, I am a small guy selling my jam on my backyard, kind of stuff, right?
So the practical use of, or the practical experience of selling your business, selling your products or services, you're not going to necessarily learn in college. But you may learn how to run a P&L, a profit and loss, a balance sheet, kind of put an expense account together, maybe understand QuickBooks, like your expenses and your accounting of it. But with SBDC, what Scott is saying is you can come to us, and we have experienced business owners, ex-business owners, experienced lenders, and they can sit down with you and see if you even really want to start a business. Do you know what it takes to start a business? And then oftentimes our really experienced advisors will ask you, what is your goal in starting the business? How do you plan to exit? Do you want to sell? Does your daughter want to sell her business to you, or does she want to go IPO? Does she want to go public? Does she just want to make $50,000 on the side and she wants to go do something else, become a biology expert or surfer? Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, the entrepreneurs that are starting today, most of them are starting side hustles. They have their state job, or they have their big corporate job that they do to pay the bills, but then they have their little side hustle or their fun income job that is not just a hobby. It's something that they put on their taxes, and that's where the biggest push is. Do you just do this on the side and hide the money, or do you put it on your taxes and file a Schedule C and
don't hide the money.
Do
don't
the
hide
1099.
Don't hide the money.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, because then you can't qualify for a home loan with Scott Short here. Yeah.
So that's the cool part, because right now we're talking about the whole thing about the e-commerce thing and the Cal Shop Small, but I think that's such a huge thing because you're now really delving in with the group who's here to play versus my generation. We're looking at going to work for corporation forever and die there, right? That ain't happened. That's not happened in the last 20 years, right? But now you see more kids doing the gig, what they call the gig economy.
The gig economy, or the side hustle. But it's funny. About 2-3 years ago, before the pandemic, the average entrepreneurship age in Sacramento was between 40 and 60. Okay. And it's because people that had corporate jobs that worked for the state for 20, 30 years, they had the benefits, they put their kids through college, they did all that, and now they're retiring, they have their pension, and they can just go do this side hustle, something that they're always been passionate about, but they just never wanted to leave or had the opportunity to leave because they were trying to support their family.
Right.
So
get the goal line and get the pension.
Yeah, right. Yeah. If you are somebody that's retiring between the ages of 50 and 70 or whatever, and you have a pension, or 40 and 70, and you have some sort of pension, it is the best way to apply for a business loan because you have that secondary income.
Right.
The primary income is your business, and since you're just starting, you're not going to make $1 million, and you're definitely not going to have a profit of $1 million to pay back the loan. Not that it.
And if you do, we don't know the answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just kidding. Sorry.
You're hiding the money. Yeah.
No, no money.
Yeah. But if you want to figure out how to apply for a loan and get those funds to start your secondary income, which would be your pension or retirement of some sort, or maybe a spouse's income, right?
Yep.
Say your spouse still works and you retired, but you don't have a pension, you can use your spouse's income. Okay. Not as you don't have to give your spouse ownership, but essentially you're using your spouse's income, your household income that you have in where you live, as a co-signer on the loan. And then you can add that extra income to qualify for a loan.
So give me an example. Let's run now. Let's say if you want to do a side hustle. Let's go back to our jam commercial. Someone sells jam out the back of their. We're not doing guitar jam. We're doing jam, the stuff you eat. Let's say you have your own little small baby farm. You want to do this. So how would you help somebody who's just retired? They want to do this little jam hustle, start selling on the internet. So you want to go to your Cal Shop Small.
Yes.
So can you walk it down? Kind of walk us through that process. How it works.
Yeah, so California Shop Small, I think we're launching a new one in October. I think it's a 6-week cohort, and what you do is you if you have your jam product, depending on your packaging, we don't necessarily help you with packaging per se and labeling, but we do. If you had the finished product, we do help you learn how to take pictures and how to post it online and how to build your essentially your own shopping online. So your shopping cart.
Right.
Help you build your shopping cart.
Okay.
And then help you teach you how to market it.
Okay.
How to attract people to come to you. How to sell it. Help you a little bit with pricing, understanding the pricing of it.
Books and stuff. Your books. Your stuff that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're already selling your product in retail shops or to friends and family, then it's a really good start for this. But if you're just creating a company right now or like a product right now and you want to sell it, it's also great for that too.
So how would you feel? Let's say a dollar figure. So let's say if I want this jam business. I mean, I got my little baby farm. I'm not a big farmer, but I have my jam business. I want to do that. How do you figure out how much money they can get from SBA to start their business or catapult their business, whatever the word is?
To launch their business.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Catapult.
Yeah. So the amount of funds that are needed per business owner it differs. It depends on so if it's a jam company and if they're already making the jam, then they probably already have the garden, they have the fruit, and they're making the jam, right? But based on that, depending on how big they want the business to go. Right. So it's a really great question to ask the jam producer, like, how big do you want it? Do you want to just make jam for $50,000? Or do you want to make a huge production? Do you want to compete with Smuckers?
Okay.
Smuckers just bought Hostess, the Twinkie company.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah. So you're probably not gonna be Smuckers, but maybe Smuckers can buy you later.
Right. Never know.
Yeah, you never know. So how big do you want the business? So depending on how big they want it, and if they want to get out of their home, if they're producing all this stuff at their home, and they want to get into a commercial kitchen, those are all like really good questions to ask the entrepreneur. Sometimes people that get into businesses when they're making jam or some sort of like food product, it's by mistake. Like they have this great recipe, they're making it, people are buying their jam, they're buying their cookies. It's just kind of comes together. And then they say, well, you should launch. You should really launch because then first it's a hobby, and then you should launch your business. So what does that mean? Do you go to full packaging center? Do you go to like full processing center? Do you go to a commercial kitchen? Do you just want to keep it in-house? There's a California law. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's similar to actually it's called MEHKO, which is a micro enterprise home kitchen operation. It's called MEHKO. It's not approved in every county in the state. It's approved in like 5, I think. A couple of them are in Northern California, like Solano County. I think Alameda possibly. I don't think Sacramento County has approved it yet. Darn it! But you could essentially make a food product at your home without having a commercial kitchen. And you can make under $50,000 in revenue and just do it on the side, which a lot of people like to do. And you don't have to go commercialized. You can just be happy. You spend whatever it is, 2 to 5 hours a day making your jam, selling it. And that's content. So one of the biggest questions for entrepreneurs, like even in your daughter, like, what do you want out of this business? Do you want this business to pay your bills? Do you want this business so that you can go to concerts? Like, do you want this business so like your dad can retire and you can pay his bills? What do you want the business for? So how big do you want to grow it?
So is that part of the dollar figure, how much you get, or do you have to figure out how much are coming in, or how?
No, it's a. First, you figure out like how big you want it. Do you need equipment? Do you need to hire people? Do you need infrastructure? And then from there, you determine if how much money it is, and then how they're going to pay it back. So let's say, because most entrepreneurs don't know how much they need. Because they don't. They can't see past.
How do you work that? How do you work that with them? What's your team do?
So we'll get with them and we'll ask them a lot of questions, and then we'll look at all their financials. So we'll look at their personal income if they have any, and then their spouse's income. We'll look at their personal assets. What can they leverage if possible? And then we'll also look at their business plan if they have one. If they don't have one, we'll help them create and sit down with them, kind of hold their hand, help them.
Is that business plan to ask you guys for money, or is that ask or
It's asked to ask a lender money, a business plan or a pitch deck, which is like a PowerPoint. Mm-hmm. But most products and services are a business plan.
Okay.
So business plans don't have to be 20 or 30 pages. They could be like 3 to 5 or 2 to 4. You don't really need 30 pages anymore for a business plan.
Okay.
It could be very simple. It could be a one-page business plan. Really, what lenders are looking for, and what our consultants are helping you do, is figure out like why are you the best person to launch this company,
right.
Like why your experience, or why is your team, if you have multiple people, why this product, like is it viable? Will people buy it? Does the jam taste really good?
Here's a sample.
Yeah, here you go. Does it have some magical potent in there? That's amazing. And then why now? Like, why do you want to launch it now?
Right,
like, why didn't you launch it 50 years ago, since you've had the recipe with your grandma for 50 years? Like, why are you launching it now? And then, like, what do you want to get out of it, right?
Right.
And then what is your ask? And most entrepreneurs say, well, my ask is just whatever you can give me.
Right.
I don't care. I want 10 million. I want $1 million. I want 500 grand. I don't know. Whatever you can give me.
Right.
I need $5 grand. Because those micro enterprise home kitchens, home operations, you only need $1,000 to buy the certificate or the license from the county.
Okay.
So the barrier to entry or entry fee is not that much.
Right.
So you don't really need that much, and then you just pay for your supplies or your raw materials that you're going to use to make the jam, and then you sell the jam, and depending on how fast you get paid, you can pay your bills, right? So most businesses that are starting early, that are not doing like a brewery or a large manufacturing operation, or they're just maybe possibly doing like a retail shop or selling some stuff online, the capital intensity is not that high, so they don't need a lot of money. It's usually between $5,000 and $50,000, and we work with a lot of local micro lenders. The one that's in the building is California Capital, so they have a microloan program. Cool. And then TMC.
No, sorry to interrupt. So do you actually set them all up, you kind of stack it up, and then they take that paperwork to the micro lender, or you guys give it to you, and then you go to the micro lender for them? How's that kind of play?
Yeah. So what we do is we will sit down with you and we'll look through all your financials, like your taxes, if you have any current financials, like a current P&L, like if you started making jam and selling it in January of 23, and then we're in September of 23, if you have 9 months, 8 months worth of data that you can show, like your income, your expenses, and if you made money or not. If you don't have that, then we can help you create that, because the micro
legally,
legally, not manipulatively. we're not manipulating anything here. No. We're not hiding it. We're not.
I'm playing with him. Sorry, I play with him. I know him for a long time. Sorry. He's used to my antics. Sorry.
So we'll sit down with the entrepreneur and go through your financials. We'll also go through your business plan. We'll go through your projections, because any startup business within the first 2 years will need projections. So we won't do the work for you, but we'll do the work with you.
Right.
And then what we'll do is we'll help you find the right lenders. We'll give you like 2 or 3 options. What's best for you? Maybe it's an SBA loan, maybe it's a conventional loan, maybe a state guarantee, or maybe a micro loan. Like I said, like most businesses, so we'll make the warm introductions to the lenders for you, so that you don't have to go out there and just shop the market, running credit all the time, and waste all that time, get a bunch of no's.
So question. So there's so many different variables of your loan. So you got the microloans come in different flavors. You got your SBA loans come in different flavors. So there's a lot of ways they do it. So when they come to see you guys or your advisors, you're gonna break it down. So here's pro of this product. Here's con of this product. Here's the stuff you're gonna play with, or how's that?
So it really depends on how much you need. So if you need under 50 grand, a micro lender is probably the best way to go.
Okay.
Some micro lenders, you have to be in business for a little while before you get the money.
Right. Makes sense.
So most micro lenders are offered through CDFIs, so California Department of Financial Institutions. So CDFIs will have most micro lending offers. There's a great one in the state of California, does all counties, called TMC Community Capital. Okay. But you need to be in business at least 1 year. So yeah. Okay. But what we'll do is, if you need under 50, a CDFI might be great. If you need up to 150, you're doing a startup loan, an SBA loan might be great. If you need most of the breakdowns are under 50, 50 to 150, 150 to 350,
Wow.
and then over 350, it's if you're just starting and you're under 2 years, you're probably going to need an SBA backed loan,
Right.
and you potentially might need to
House
secure
collateral.
your house.
Yep.
If Scott Short hasn't mortgaged it to the hilt, you might need to use your house as collateral for that. But what we'll do is we'll talk through the pros and cons of each loan.
Mm-hmm.
As we all know, that the rates are astronomical, whether you're buying a house or you're buying a building, commercial building.
Mm-hmm.
So the rates really don't change from bank to bank to lender to lender. Most lenders are variable, just like in the mortgage side. Or mortgage side's fixed, but most banks, most loans, business loans are variable, whether it's on Prime or the Wall Street Journal. Prime or the 10-year T-bill, 7-year T-bill, like some sort of blended rate. But we'll let them know what's best.
Good. I like that.
On whether it be SBA or conventional. But we're also very realistic on what we offer. So we're not gonna go tell them to go get a hard money loan or go get an MCA loan or go do this, go do that. We're realistic on what makes sense, because banks don't just lend money to lend money. They want to make sure you can pay it back.
Right.
You can verify that you're going to pay it back, and they also aren't in the business to just collect a bunch of collateral. They don't want to go and take over all your jam jars and your buildings and your houses and your cars. They don't want that.
No.
They want the money back.
Yeah.
So we're realistic when we talk to our clients and the borrowers to find the best. Hey, this is what makes most sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So let's say this. So in the refinance mode, so let's say if you cross collateralize their property with SBA loan, the refinance is gonna be a problem because that thing's probably because you got your home, your house is gonna be worth. Let's say you have a loan of $250 on a $500,000 house, right?
Yeah.
They come got a $350 SBA loan. Okay, I'm a little bit over,
Yeah.
So that's how do you guys help them with that conversation there, or how does that play out? What are you seeing?
Yeah, so we do let them know up front that most banks, whether it be SBA or conventional, they are going to want some sort of collateral.
Mm-hmm.
So like a jam company, if you do it at home, you don't have a lot of equipment, so therefore you don't have a lot of collateral. It's just your labeling and your jars and your jam, your fruit, right?
Yep.
So, but if you're a larger corporation and you're manufacturing or a brewery, stuff like that, you own a building, then you do have collateral from the business. But oftentimes the lender will want to attach your primary residence to the loan as collateral.
Yep.
So what happens is sometimes they want a one-to-one. So if you take out a $300,000 loan, they want $300,000 worth of collateral. So if you have that equity in your house, then what it is sometimes they put a direct lien on the house. Sometimes they have you sign a personal guarantee, and then essentially it just kind of comes with the package.
Mm-hmm.
So if you take out a loan and it's an SBA loan and your business goes out of business or you can't pay it back, then what happens, and it's attached to your home, is that SBA will pay the bank back about anywhere between 50 and 90% of the loan as far as the guarantee. So they'll pay the bank back that. But then you will have a federal lien on your house, and then you'll federal lien on your credit until you pay that loan off.
Right.
So technically, if it's tied to your house, you won't be able to sell your house until you pay that loan off.
Or refinance.
You won't be able to refinance it unless you pay it off.
Let's say they owed $100,000 their house worth $500,000. They borrowed $200,000, so we're at $300,000. So we got an equity position there. So if I want to refinance on the road, would you allow me to do that? You still stay in second position, or how would that play out?
Refinance? Yeah, you could do that. Most SBA lenders will subordinate, so they'll step aside so that you can refinance that. Most also SBA lenders will subordinate your accounts receivable, because usually when you get a business loan, they take a lien on all. It's called what's it called? A UCC. They'll take a UCC, a Universal Commercial Code. Mm-hmm. They'll take a blanket lien on all your assets, including your accounts receivables. But say you get paid from the state or the feds, and they take 30 to 90 to 60 days to pay you back.
Yep.
You can do an accounts receivable advancement on that, but only if those accounts receivables are left alone. There's no lien. So if you do a blanketed lien on the SBA loan, what you can do is carve out your accounts receivables and then essentially use those accounts receivables as collateral to get a like a factoring loan.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, when that money comes in, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, yeah. I mean, there's many ways to skin a cat, they say, but let's change that term something else. Skin a cat's not friendly.
Many ways to get a business loan.
There you go. I like that. I changed my name now. Thank you.
There you go.
So how do they get a hold of you or your team? What's the best way to consult you?
Yes. So, some of you might already be a client of SBDC, NorCal SBDC, but if you're not, you can go to norcalsbdc.org and you can sign up. There's a red button. You can sign up there, and then from there you'll be onboarded as a client, and you can go to some of our trainings, or you can just go straight to the local center where your business is domiciled at. And then you can get an advisor that's best to suit your needs based on what you're trying to do, whether you're trying to do a new marketing campaign, or trying to hire people, or you want to buy a building, or you want to sell your business, or you're just really not sure.
Right.
Like, you're not sure what to do next if you own a business, or you're looking to start a business and you're not sure where to go. You can go to norcalsbdc.org and sign up, and then go from there. If you have questions, just general questions, you can email me at scott@norcalsbdc.org. And then, we can answer your questions there.
So for someone on the list for the Cal Shop Small,
Oh, yeah.
how they get that email is going to say you need to apply now or whatever. Is there some way to get on that email list or notification that this the application is going to start opening the window?
Yes. You can go to norcalsbdc.org and find California Shop Small on there. Or you can send me a direct email, and I'll get you connected with California Shop Small.
That's the key thing, because you want to know, because those timelines, there's so many timelines out there you're dealing with that we'll make sure when the window's open, I'm ready to jump in.
Yeah.
And I assume that you probably have some way to maybe help that person to have all the stuff ready, so when the door opens, you can really jump in.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. We can do that. Yeah, we can make sure they're ready. Yeah.
See, there you go.
So
That's why I talked to him. This is Scott Square's short here. He allows me to harass him. It's all good.
Yeah.
I appreciate his what's the word? Patience with my insanity.
Yeah.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. We'll see you soon.
All right. Thank you. Bye.